Hey friends, hey Jonathan, I missed you guys. It's been a while. April has been a busy month for me. I've been traveling to all sorts of places, but in that time, I managed to rewatch the entire Kung Fu Panda series, and boy oh boy do these movies have some great villains. And today, with the help of some super legit scientific concepts, aka my personal opinions, we're gonna be deciphering who the most attractive Kung Fu Panda villain truly is, and it's gonna be juicy. Now, attractiveness is subjective and abstract, but for the purposes of this video, attractiveness is going to be measured by things like the character's character design, impact on the story, and overall charm, amongst other things. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Bachelor. By the way, I've never watched an episode of The Bachelor. I don't really know how they do it on the show. I just stole this video concept from Nando V Movies. But anyways, our first Bachelor is the newfangled villain in the Kung Fu Panda franchise, the Chameleon. Do not make fun of her size or she will suck your chi. You see, the chameleon has been shunned and ridiculed all her life due to her size, and she was even denied the opportunity to learn kung fu because of her stature, so she went down the path of sorcery instead, with a heavy appetite for vengeance against those who wronged her for her small stature, which was apparently everyone. I don't know about you, but this is a pretty sympathetic backstory. I feel bad that she was constantly judged and underestimated for her appearance. And so while she is a deranged and psychopathic lizard, her motives are relatively understandable. And that's always a good trait to have for a villain, so I'm going to give her some points for that. Let's say 5 points. She's easily one of the strongest, if not the strongest villain in the Kung Fu Panda franchise, and she's funny and self-aware. Isn't she perfect? She does not give a damn about anyone else but herself, and her outfit is meritorious enough to be in the Met Gala. If she was living in today's society, she would probably own a MacBook Pro and browse Pinterest for most of the day. As far as first contestants go, she's looking pretty promising. But let's move on to our next Bachelor. Our second Bachelor may very well need some therapy. He puts the elegance in dictatorship. It's Lord Shen. This white peacock is a thing of beauty. He possesses a stick. He can fly, sort of. He presumably made or designed all these large cannons, so he must have a degree in engineering. And he's got a tempest-tossed relationship with his parents, which fuels his never-ending bloodlust. I have a never-ending bloodlust, but instead of blood, it's for green tea. Once again, Lord Shen is another villain in the Kung Fu Panda franchise with a sympathetic backstory. And so while his actions were absolutely nefarious, I can once again kind of understand where he's coming from. He's hurt because he thinks his parents hate him, and so he wants to conquer all of China. We've all been there. Lord Shen is also a respectable fighter who can hold his own, and he possesses an army of goons who are loyal to him, showcasing just how much power and influence he has in Gangmen City. He also gets a ton of points for being Poe's most personalized villain, as he has a prejudice against pandas specifically, and is responsible for the deaths of Poe's mother and village. Lord Shen serves as an excellent contrast to Poe, as they both shared similar circumstances but chose different paths in life. Lord Shen is a representation of what Poe could have become if not for the loving figures in his life. Moving on to Bachelor numero 3, Tyong. Rawr, this kitty's got an attitude. According to several sources, Tyong is a 7-foot snow leopard, which in the wild is apparently a predator of both the giant panda and the red panda. I did not know this, and everything makes sense now. This snazzy snow leopard is rocking an impressive sculpted figure and clads an inimitable style of facial hair that is certain to turn heads in both bewilderment and extol. This, of course, is in no way meant to deprive attention away from Tyong's voguish sense of style, with him donning a spiffy pair of fancy purple pants alongside what seems to be a brown studded spike belt from Hot Topic. Yes, Tyong truly is the whole package. The first and probably the most ubiquitous villain in the Kung Fu Panda franchise, with yet another sympathetic backstory, one filled with broken promises and feelings of betrayal. I'm going to give Tyong some points for his connection to Master Shifu. Because of their close bond, it allows for some rather dramatic and heartbreaking storytelling to ensue, which is very useful for creating a memorable and impactful villain. This four-fingered fiend took down the Furious Five and Master Shifu all by himself, and gave the then nation Po a run for his money. Beware the snow leopard. Our fourth and final bachelor is the spiritual warrior himself, General Kai. The biggest villain in the Kung Fu Panda franchise, General Kai definitely makes for an imposing figure. From taking the chi of pretty much every Kung Fu master in China, including Oogway, to destroying the Jade Palace, General Kai is a very powerful villain. His long, glamorous locks are also not to be neglected. If I had to guess, he probably has type 2B hair, so he would probably have a similar hair regimen as me. Starting off by using Red Ken's volume injection shampoo, followed by a purple shampoo of some kind. But that's only because I have bleached and dyed hair, he can skip this step. And then followed by a Moroccan oil intense hydrating mask. As far as outfits go, not to defame the glorious General Kai, but there's not much to work with. I think a little bit more battle armor, specifically the addition of a chest plate, could have enhanced his character design and have helped accentuate the general in General Kai. But I am getting a little too germane here. General Kai is still glorious. He effortlessly took down countless kung fu masters and forced Po in a last-ditch effort to sacrifice himself to save his friends. So he is a pretty decent villain in my book. But is he the most attractive? Four formidable bachelors stand before us, but only one can come out on top. 3 of these contestants will be sent packing home, whilst the remaining contestant will be awarded a rose for the title of most attractive villain. So with that being said, let the elimination process begin. The Chameleon, please step forward. If I had to describe you in one word, it would be powerful. You are a powerful villain, but I unfortunately wouldn't say you were an impactful one, because with all of that power and all of that ambition, you couldn't even make it past your own city's gates. And so while you are pretty charming and your character design is very cool, your impact on the narrative is lacking and not very significant. You were defeated after only getting hit twice, so I'm sorry the Chameleon, but you'll be the first contestant to be heading home. Pressing on, yet another bachelor has to go. General Kai, please step forward. Your elimination especially hurts me. I enjoyed Kung Fu Panda 3. I thought it was an interesting movie. It deals with a topic that I am super passionate about, which is spirituality. If you guys are new here and didn't know, I've been a spiritual person since June 2023. So next month will be the 1-year anniversary of me becoming a spiritual person, and that's pretty cool. So you can imagine my slight sorrow when I found out that Kung Fu Panda 3 barely scratches the surface of spirituality. Now, I could go on about the spiritual aspects of Kung Fu Panda 3, and in the original draft of this script, I actually did, but to save some time, the simple reason why General Kai is getting cut is because of his weird backstory. He was a good guy until he became power hungry for whatever reason, and now he's evil and wants to take everybody's chi for himself. It's pretty shaky and kinda shallow, and so as far as villain backstories go, I think we have 2 much better options to go with, and therefore, General Kai is out. Oh my freaking gosh, you guys, we've reached the final 2 contestants. It's a battle between Tyong and Lord Shen. I wonder who's gonna win. Just kidding, I already know. I wrote the script. Now these 2 beautiful specimens are the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme. They have it all. But I made my decision a long time ago, and I am more than ready to crown the winner of this video and award my rose to one of these contestants, with that contestant being none other than Lord Shen. Tyong is a wonderful villain. He is incredibly charming. He has an understandable and sympathetic backstory. He has a cool design and was an impactful figure. But I could also say all those things for Lord Shen, except he has an added advantage of having much more screen time than Tyong. After rewatching the first Kung Fu Panda movie, I was shocked by how little Tyong was in it. He's like barely there, so I was pleasantly surprised at how much Lord Shen was featured in the second movie. Kung Fu Panda 2 could be renamed Lord Shen Origins, and I wouldn't even be mad for just how much he gets featured in the film. He never disappointed me when he was on screen. There was not a single dull moment when he was around. This man slash peacock has got so much aura, and I think they pulled off his character amazingly well. And so if they are going to continue the Kung Fu Panda franchise, which I hope they do because this franchise is beloved by so many people, including me, then they're gonna have to cook up something even more devious than Lord Shen, or just bring him back for the next movie. Whatever they decide, I would happily watch a Kung Fu Panda 5, so long as they learn from their previous movies and make it the best movie possible. But that's just my opinion. Who's your favorite Kung Fu Panda villain? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to read them. Thank you for watching, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful day.